the best credit card of 2022, the Capital One Venture X. Now, oftentimes Capital One isn't thought of amongst the heavy hitters in the credit card industry, namely American Express and Chase, to a lesser extent, Citi. However, in 2021, Capital One stepped it up big with the launch of the Venture X to compete directly against the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, I've been in this game a very long time, and I have to say, Capital One is absolutely crushing it. What I love about the Capital One Venture X is that A, it's stacked with benefits, but they actually make it easy to use those benefits. Unlike, say, the over-bloated coupon book that's the American Express, where you're clawing tooth and nail to pull out all of the benefits. Not like that whatsoever. So, in today's video, I'm gonna give you a full-length, in-depth breakdown as to why the Capital One Venture X is the best credit card of 2022. And stick around to the end because I'm gonna show you how you can actually get paid $5 to have this premium card. All you need to do though is sit back, tap that thumb icon, and feel free to check out any of the cards I detail below using any of my affiliate links. So I've been in the credit card space for close to 10 years now. I've had over 40 credit cards, so that you don't have to. And I've seen cards launch, I've seen cards get revamped, but I can definitely say the Capital One Venture X has been the most successful card launch that I have seen, period. The Venture X, I'm calling it today, is going to be a household name, similar to how the Chase Sapphire Reserve launched in 2016 and really put those premium travel cards on the map. The Capital One Venture X is here to take its place. And on that note, a couple of quick things. Yes, this card is metal. And yes, most people would generally say that it's a travel card. However, this card is so good that I would say even if you're not looking for a travel card, you should consider this one. Heck, if you just take 1 or 2 trips domestically or internationally, this is a card you should seriously consider. You don't have to travel millions of miles and want to fly out to Bali or to Europe to get the maximum benefit of this card. Although if you do, you'll get even more benefit. You really, for most people, this card can give you benefit even if you're just hanging around in your hometown. So real quickly, who is the Capital One Venture X for? 1, obviously if you travel, this is gonna be a phenomenal card. 2, honestly, somebody who's looking for an everyday general spend card. You're gonna see when we talk about the earnings category, but it'll earn broadly 2x across everything. 3, someone who might just be a little bit travel curious. Hey, you're not doing a lot of travel this year. You may not even be doing a lot next year, but eventually you will. Get the sign-up bonus and stack the points. And the 4th type of person, you're just looking for a second or a third card. You don't really know exactly where you might be spending the most. Again, this is gonna be a great catch-all card. Let's kick off with the sign-up bonus. You will earn a 75,000 mile sign-up bonus after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months. Now, on the low end, that's probably like $750-ish. However, this is John's Finance Tips. Let me tell you how to actually maximize this sign-up bonus. So with all points and miles, the best way to get the maximum value is to transfer to a flight partner. Now, Capital One, as you can see here, has a slew of travel partners. I would recommend transferring them to an airline that could possibly get you into the front of the plane. Okay, so how would we actually use these points to do something fun? Here's an example. If you wanted to fly from New York to Zurich, that would cost you a little bit over $3,300 in business class on Swiss Air. Yikes. But what if you could do it for like way cheaper? Here's how I would do it. You could take your Capital One miles, transfer them to Avianca, and then you would use Avianca's award chart to book a flight on Swiss Air. That would only cost you 63,000 miles. That's it. And that's kind of the power of this credit card points and miles game, right? I mean, that's an amazing value. Instead of taking 75,000 miles and getting $750 of value, you're taking 75,000, transferring 60,000 or so to a partner and getting over $3,000 worth of value. Here's another example if Europe isn't quite exactly where you want to go. So let's say instead of going east, you want to go west, New York to LA. A good old transcontinental flight on United Airlines in their business class configuration would cost you over $1,000. Again, yikes. However, we do the exact same thing we just did. We take our Capital One miles, we transfer them to Avianca, and then we use 25,000 of those miles to book a business class flight on United Airlines. Bada bing, bada boom. Again, this is how we maximize and truly get some efficiencies out of our points and miles with sign-up bonuses. Those are just some examples. You can have a ton of fun with it. You could probably go on and just Google how to maximize your Capital One miles, but I wanted to at least paint the picture of what is possible when you really start getting into the points and miles game. And for anyone that's so inclined, I'll leave a link up here for a $20,000 first class flight I took on Cathay Pacific. I used Bank of America, Alaska Airlines miles, and I paid less than $100. That was absolutely insane. Again, just to illustrate what is possible in the world of points and miles. So the sign-up bonus is a little bit down from its launch of 100,000 miles. Not sure we'll see that again, so I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 JFTs. Next up, we have the earnings. This card will earn 10x on hotels and car rentals booked through Capital One Travel. It will earn 5x on flights that are booked through Capital One Travel, and you will earn 2x for all other purchases anywhere else. Personally, I love that flexibility of 2x on everything. Now, I would say though, it probably could do a little bit better in certain categories, for example, broadly travel or broadly dining, things that people probably would use a card of this caliber typically for. And so for that, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a ding, and I'm gonna say, for the earnings category, this gets a 4 out of 5 JFTs. Next up, we have the benefits. Now, there are a lot, so first I'm gonna break down what I like are the travel perks. And the one that stands out to me, and I absolutely love it because this says something about Capital One, are the access to the Capital One airport lounges. So similar to what American Express has with their Centurion network domestically and actually abroad, which I actually really like, Capital One is investing in physical infrastructure. That says something about where they're putting emphasis on with regards to this card and their overall customer base. Currently, there's only one lounge open that's in Dallas. However, they are going to be opening lounges in Denver as well as Washington, DC. Keep an eye on that because I would say typically with card-specific lounges, they tend to be a notch above the rest. But you're not just limited to the Capital One lounges, you also have access to a Priority Pass membership, which gives you access to literally hundreds of lounges all across the country as well as across the globe. Some of my favorite are the ones in Southeast Asia, where you have things like day beds and shower cabanas for free. Think about that. That completely changes, at least in my eyes and in my experience, my travel experience. The one downside though is you are limited to 2 guests. So if you're a large family, you're gonna have to pay for extra. However, again, this is John's Finance Tips. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. With Capital One, unlike the other 2 cards, the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can add a free authorized user onto your Capital One Venture X. You're probably thinking, who cares? The reason that's a big deal is because that free authorized user can then get a Priority Pass lounge network, and so they can then bring in 2 guests. So think about it, a large family, you and your significant other, maybe they don't want the card for whatever reason, although they really should and you should refer one another, but for whatever reason, say they don't want it. You get the card, you add them as an authorized user for free, you get Priority Pass, you get 2 complimentary guests, they get Priority Pass for free, and they get 2 Priority Pass guests. Just that to me is like, wow, chef's kisses. The only other card that had this was the Chase Ritz-Carlton card, which is now discontinued. You can only get it from upgrading from a base level card. We're not getting into it, but that was the only other card that had a free authorized user in which you can then get Priority Pass network lounge access for. Can't get that card anymore, at least not easily. The fact that this mainstream card allows that, oh my God. I don't know why more people don't talk about it. I think it's incredible. Like you can add your kids if they're over the age of 18 as an authorized user. Boom, they get Priority Pass for them and their friends or whoever they want to bring in. I think it's absolutely incredible that Capital One is allowing this. And you also get the standard travel benefits. They'll also give you a $100 credit to Global Entry or TSA PreCheck. Personally, I recommend Global Entry because it actually comes with TSA PreCheck. However, do note that Global Entry interviews are taking a little bit of time. So if you're traveling soon, I'd say maybe just get TSA PreCheck and get Global Entry credit from another travel card because it seems like every travel card just throws on Global Entry. The card will also automatically give you Hertz President Circle status. That basically means when you go pick up your car, you're likely gonna get upgraded to 1 tier. Now, if you really want to save on rental cars, I actually have a list of corporate discount codes for rental cars. If you want to click the link down below, it's the znap.link/JFT. I know that's a mouthful. Punch in your email and I'm going to send them to you. You're going to get a list of hotel as well as car rental employee discount codes. Now let's talk about the other set of benefits that I think absolutely set this card apart, which are the credits. So in the first year, you will get a $300 travel credit to be used for booking on Capital Capital One travel. In addition, in your 1-year anniversary, you will get a 10,000 mile travel credit, which is equal to about $100. So in total, you will receive $400 of travel credits for having the Capital One Venture X. All in, if I take a look at everything that this card has to offer from a benefits perspective, I would say this gets 5 out of 5 JFTs. The thing I love most is the fact that the travel credits are some of the easiest to actually use because you're just given them. One you get right off the bat for travel, and one you get every single year for having the card. And so this brings us to our fourth category, which is the annual fee. This sucker costs $395. However, remember those credits we talk about? $400 of credits. Wait a minute. You're paying $395, yet you're getting $400 worth of credits. So that means effectively the card is paying you $5. And this is a card that competes with the $695 American Express Platinum and the $550 Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now I know people in the comment section are gonna go, well, there are credits on those cards as well. Yes, there are credits on both of those cards, but neither of those cards give credits that are easy enough to take advantage of in which you get paid for having a top tier travel card. Let me repeat that, folks. You basically, effectively, get paid to have a top tier luxury travel card. That is insane. Like, that is just like, I don't know how else to stress it. It's not just, it's $5. No, you get the airport lounge access. You get the Global Entry TSA credits. You get Capital One lounge access. Like, you get all of these benefits and you get paid. And so for that, from an annual fee perspective, the fact that you get paid, I mean, I would say this is like 6 out of 5 JFTs. That's absolutely insane that you can come out net positive on a premium travel card. And so folks, this card is one that is so easy for me to recommend because someone comes up to me and says, hey, I'm looking for a second card, I'm looking for a third card. Hey, I'm a little bit travel curious. Hey, what would you recommend? I know that if I recommend you this card, I can't do you wrong. I just cannot do you wrong because if you just travel a little bit, you end up getting paid $5 and you come out net positive. Like, there is no other card in the marketplace that does that. Yeah, I can give you no annual fee cards. Yeah, like some cards maybe can bring it down to like $40 or even $10 that you're still paying. No card is gonna pay you. And that's what I can't stress enough. This card is just such an easy recommendation. It's easy to use the benefits, it's easy to travel for, and it pays you $5. So if you're interested, feel free to check out the card below. Now, I appreciate everyone tuning in with me today. Before we wrap, a couple quick rules. With Capital One, you cannot have more than 2 Capital One credit cards. Meaning if you have a Capital One Quicksilver and if you have a Capital One, let's say, Saver card, you will automatically denied if you get applied for a third Capital One card. So you can't have more than 2 Capital One cards. In addition, if you are approved for a Capital One card in the past 6 months, you'll get automatically denied. Capital One is also somewhat sensitive to inquiries. So if you've been applying for a bunch of cards, you might not actually be able to get approved for this card. We don't really know what the hard set rule is. However, I'd push back on that with my personal data point because I'm pretty sure I applied for like 3 or 4 cards before I applied for the Venture X and I still got approved. But that's kind of what people have been reporting online in terms of hard inquiries and hard pulls. Capital One is a little bit sensitive to that. So maybe you might just have to call in and explain that to them. And as far as credit score is concerned, ideally, Capital One recommends excellent credit, which means you should have a credit score of ideally over 740. However, there are a lot of reports of people getting approved to this card with credit scores around 700 or so. And if you're below 700, I'd say it's a stretch. You could try, but I think it's gonna be tough. Again, if any of you are applying and these rules don't exactly apply to you, but somehow you get denied, pick up the phone and call reconsideration with Capital One. However, you do have to wait for Capital One to send you the letter for denial before you can call in. It's wonky, I don't know why they do that, but they just do. Actually, I was actually denied for the card when I first applied. I forgot what the reasoning was. I think it was a hard inquiry thing, but I basically had to wait for them to send me my letter to say it was because of hard inquiries, and I called in like, well, it's because of hard inquiries because I'm just traveling more, I'm getting some travel cards, I love the Venture X, and they approved me. So, folks, this has been an incredible video. I hope you're convinced why the Capital One Venture X is the best credit card for 2022 and maybe even beyond. You get paid $5. I mean, come on now. Anyway, appreciate everyone tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.